viewers, Trainsimulatordriver. Got a thing. It's called Steam Engine Simulator, and it's by a guy called Ange the Great on YouTube. It's a simulation that he's built for steam engines, funnily enough. And if you get bored, you can run it electrically if you want to. But you don't have to. And you can run it the other way if you want to. But you don't have to. It's all good. We want to run it as a steam engine, don't we? Surely. So the first thing I want to know is, can you make it blow up? Inquiring minds need to know. So we're boiling the water. It's up to 150, 100 pounds. Yeah, it's probably about right from a steam perspective. 250 pounds. We're pegged, but we're not blowing up. Pegged on the temperature, but we're not blowing up. It is working though. So it doesn't explode. It is using water though. Where's that going? It's got a safety valve, kinda. Well, it's probably more of a release valve than anything. But, well, water's pretty much all gone, and we're not on fire. We haven't exploded. So let's put some water in. Let's let it fill up. Oh. It can't, because the water's only at 100 pounds per square inch, so I have to reduce the pressure in the boiler to get water to go in. Alright, let's kill the heat then. Let's get rid of the pressure. Alright, now we can get water in there. That's interesting, so it's only mains pressure water, it's not useful water. So let's run it there, that's about 2/3 of a glass. Let's give it some heat. See, our temperature's rising slowly now. We managed to pull a vacuum on the boiler then too when we did that. It's a bit mean to it. We can release that with the whistle. That'll help with the temperature because the temperature curve as the water heats starting to produce steam, it actually boil at a lower temperature under vacuum. So it wouldn't produce... Would it produce steam? It's an interesting question. I suppose it would. And then it would gradually bring the pressure up. So we can see the pressure starting to come up now. So 100 degrees, we're starting to get some pressure in the boiler. That's relatively accurate. Just thinking of steam physics. Heat physics is the way to go. Dries pretty much everything. So we've got 40 pounds in the boiler now. The whistle should work. It does. Let's see if the engine will run on 40 pounds. Yeah, it'll run on 40 pounds. Nice and slowly. Ooh, it's not enough to make it turn over. Let's give it a bit more. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, she's not going to get there, is she? Maybe we need to give it a hand electrically. What do you think? Should we give it a bit of a hand? Oh, it can't. Okay. Let's close that off then. Let's get it spinning and then try and do it. Alright, let's give that a crack. Ooh. That's just dropped it down to bottom dead center. Oh, there we go. So we're up to 150. And cut our heat back a bit. You could probably make this engine go a little bit crazy at this point. She's going a lot faster now. Ooh. The whistle loses a lot of power. It's got a lot of achievements, this game. I should point out it's free, by the way. It's on Steam. It's called Steam Engine Simulator. It's kind of fun. Ooh, we're losing pressure now, so let's bring our heat up a bit. Can apply a load to the engine with the brake. Ooh. It's making it work a bit harder. So it's not just freewheeling anymore. I think we need a lot more heat. Because while we're holding steady, you want it to do some work. I'm sad it doesn't simulate it exploding. That would be fun. But I have to admit, this probably isn't such a bad simulator for trainee firemen. Although I think there's a couple of things that would be useful. A steam chest pressure gauge here to show how much pressure is going through into the engine. Because you can tell it's only a tiny opening, but we're getting plenty of action out of the thing. Because if I open this up all the way, it will go nutty. Because it's getting loads of steam, but it's also using loads of water, and I probably can't stop it with the brake now. So let's bring that back down, because that's just using a lot of water unnecessarily. And we've gotten below 100 pounds, so it's actually letting some water in. Once it gets over 100 pounds, it won't be able to do that anymore. It's still chugging away quite happily over there. What happens if you engage the electric motor? It won't. Alright, it's smarter than that. It knows you'll just chew it to pieces. So I think it would sit here in probably an close to equilibrium, although it's using water faster than I'm making it. So I suppose that's the fun bit, isn't it? Is try and find the equilibrium point. We're still losing water at this point, but our pressure is going up, which is undesirable because once we get over 100 psi, it won't let water in anymore. So we can cheat. Even that's reached an equilibrium point, and we're still using more water than we're letting in. So I guess we just have to shut down and let it recover for a little while. And turn the heat off. Oops. Oh yeah, because the brake's on, isn't it? To brake off, let it move a little. That'll do about there, because you don't want it sitting right at top dead centre. So our pressure has gone back to 0 while we fill up. You can drain the boiler too if you want to, but not when it's below that spigot. So let's open you right up, let you fill back up again. Just try and fill it up all the way. Can you flood it? Yes, you can. What happens if... Oh, no. It's going into an overflow. A boiler wouldn't really have an overflow. And the other thing that would happen is once you built up more than 100 pounds, it would start forcing water out that way because there's nothing stopping it. So there's a few things wrong with it from a physics perspective, but nothing particularly unexciting. See, a boiler wouldn't have an overflow. It would just go into the system and it would just basically wreak merry havoc as it just smashed your engine to pieces because water can't be compressed. And there's no cock over here to drain the cylinder. So once it's got water in it, you're dead. Slowly building up some heat again with our very, very full boiler. Not enough steam to even release that little check valve there yet. Getting enough to blow the whistle yet? Oh, we're starting to. So when you force the pressure to drop, the temperature stops going up, which is correct. So this is good. So it's just a fun little thing. Interesting little simulator of steam generation and steam usage. I don't know how accurate its physics representation actually is, because I don't know the volume of the boiler. I don't know how much the engine actually uses. I wonder if the engine will tick over on that much. Let's see. Yeah, it will. So it'll tick over on 25 pounds. That's kind of cool. Hasn't got much power though, but it'll tick over. So if I put much load on there, it starts to slow down and stop. And at 75, it's surviving against the brake with the brake partially on. Interestingly, the sounds in this are procedurally generated, they're not recordings. And I have to say, that's a pretty good whistle for being generated. We're finally starting to use some water here. There's another achievement. I think if I look at the Steam page, which you won't be able to see, there's how many achievements have we got so far? We've got 5. And there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more to go. One of them's called Apologise to ATG. And one of them's called Annoy ATG. That's kind of funny. I wonder how you get those ones. Probably from asking questions. That's kind of cool. Let's put a bit more brake on it. Just make it work a bit harder. It's kind of useful because it demonstrates this cause and effect to everything. What if I open that? Ooh, we lose water rather rapidly. Now you might have noticed the whistle's pitch changes as the pressure goes up. Boil 25 milliliters of water. Well, there you go. So it's tiny, is what they're saying. Let's reduce the heat a bit and just keep it at about 150. Up a bit. Effect is pretty immediate. How fast will the engine go? There's a question. Let's give it all the heat, maximum heat, and open this right up. It's pegged at 700. We are losing pressure at a crazy rate, but that's a good thing, so we're about to put more water in again. That's enough water. Bring this right back down again. So I encourage you to have a go at this thing, just for the fun of it. The heat physics, it looks pretty about right to me. I'm not going to hang my hat on it, but it doesn't look bad. I'd really like it if you could blow it up. Apparently you can rotate... Okay, that's rotating the engine. I thought you could rotate the picture, but no, it's rotating the engine. You can zoom. You can see controls or not. There's an information screen. That's more about the game than anything. A little bit about the engine, but not much. I like the font. It reminds me of very old games. Hint, smaller quantities of water will boil faster. That's true, but they'll also get used up quicker. I can bring the heat down now because there's not so much water in there. Maybe not down that much. But anyway, this is an interesting little thing, so if you've gotten this far, I'm surprised. Give it a crack. Steam Engine Simulator by Ange the Great is his YouTube channel. That's kind of cool. It was done as a sort of a theoretical project in C++, and now it's a game on Steam that you can play. So, thank you, Ange. That's kind of cool. Now we're making it work hard. We'll use this water up, and that'll be the end of today's video. So, it's a fun thing. Muck around with it for a little while. Learn some steam. You'll love it. Learn a bit of water management. Learn some pressure management. Lots of things to play with. But I really do want to be able to blow it up, Ange the Great. I think that's important. I want to see it go bang. Because you know, as a real steam fireman, I never get to do that in real life. It's kind of fun to do it in a game. You might ask yourself, how is water getting to a temperature higher than 100 degrees Celsius, by the way? That's easy. When you put it under pressure, it boils higher. Google it. Almost out of water. Just sounds cool. Just that engine running would make a great little video for shorts, I think. I think that might have to happen. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of physics learning and frivolity as we start to do that thing that no steam fireman ever wants to do and run out of water. So let's just kill the heat, because we don't want any heat going into a boiler that's got no pressure, no water in it. Oh, no more toots. Oh well, only the momentum's carrying the engine now. That would be it then, I think. It's all over, Rover. There we go. And if I shut the engine off, we'll actually start to draw a vacuum as it cools down. Alrighty, this has been Trainsimulatordriver. Hope this has been fun. Enjoy yourselves. Bye now.
We played a game.